It's it's Wednesday, or no, it's Thursday. So I I'm doing this um mainly because I'm just sitting here and um I'm comfortable sitting here and um no one's down here right now. Um I figure I'd give you guys an update over the last couple days. The last time I filmed was the 17th, and so I had showered in the morning that day because there wasn't anything pressing. But I ended up deciding to go to Taco Time. Now I did lose. It was $26, so I lost $26, and I'm probably going to lose another $40 because so one of these last couple nights I've been kind of getting back into like pencil content. Like I've been watching a lot of my, like I've been watching, Wood and Graphite channel and Super V Power videos, and it's kind of got me, motivated. And I was thinking about the Palomino Prospector pencils because I knew I had gotten a couple from a trade that I haven't actually taken a good look at yet, but I know I have a couple. But I was wanting to see if anyone else had more on eBay, so I was looking on eBay for them, and I found this. I actually found a couple different listings. I found one that was a original box of 12 Palomino Blackwing Pearl pencils that were the original one. But obviously, the one, even the one before the design where it was like the three trees and the changed logo. It was the original Palomino Blackwing Pearl design, and it was a box of 12 for only like $45, which was insane to me because the Blackwings now are usually about $30 to $35 a box. So it was shocking to me that an original box from at least 10 years from Blackwings from at least 10 years ago was only $45. Like it was a really good price. But then I saw this other listing that was 10 Blackwings, 5 original Blackwing Pearls, and 5 of the Blackwing MMX, like the original Blackwings. And again, these are all the original ones too. These are the ones that were from at least 10 years ago. Like the Blackwing originals have the gold band on them and the horse logo, and same with the pearls. And it wasn't 12, but it was 10. And it also came. I think the MMX. It also came with the box, which is another thing that I had been wanting to get because I'm pretty sure that before they started doing the Blackwing 602s and originals and pearls in that like matte black kind of skinny box. They did them in kind of like just like a regular pencil box style, like how any pack of pencils would be. And it's like the oldest style of Blackwing box, obviously, meaning not like the Eberhard Faber Blackwings. But it also came with that box too, and it was gonna be in this like wooden case, apparently. So, and it was like a few dollars cheaper. It was like 40. It was like $40 with shipping, and I ended up getting he ended up giving me an offer, but I don't know if I don't know if, because mom, like I didn't have any, my car, I had just went to the bank, so my card situation was full right now. So I asked mom if she could buy it, and then I'd give her the money, but she never answered me. So I don't know if she's gonna buy it or if she wants me to give her the money. But with the discount, it was like $40. So instead of paying almost $50 with shipping for the 12, and again, I know I got 12, and it was a full thing of pearls, and it was in its own box, but it's almost $10 cheaper, including shipping, with this. So yeah, so I spent money on food, and then it looks like I may spend a little bit more on those pencils, but I don't know. I've been in the mood to buy stuff, um, and I don't know. So yeah, so I did end up going to Taco Time though that day, and didn't do anything else after that. And then the next day was my mom and my little brother and my sister's doctor's appointment. So, and when she came home, she was telling me about this whole spiel about it. So they had their doctor's appointment, and what was kind of annoying timing was that I had grandma wake me up at 8, because my plan was my initial plan was wake up early and shower and get a little bit of time on the TV in the morning, because obviously, because it's summer, I don't really get the chance. And when they were in school, I was still watching TV in the afternoon, so I was like, it'd be nice to get an hour or two on the TV in the morning while everyone else is gone. But I ended up deciding that I was just going to sleep a little bit more, because I was super tired still. Like, I could tell when my grandma woke me up, and she called me. I could tell when she woke me up that I was not ready to get up yet. So, and the thing is, by the time I ended up getting up and getting ready to shower, the car pulled in. So I ended up just showering anyway, and they brought me home a Starbucks drink. A new one too. It's like a passion fruit refresher, but it has those boba things in them. So I tried that, and I think that was pretty much the only notable thing throughout that day. And then yesterday was the most eventful day. So yesterday was the most eventful day of this week, I'd say. At least as far as like the amount of stuff we did. So obviously that was the day that I knew we were going to go to Cedar River. I knew I was going to go to those two banks. So I ended up doing pretty much. It went pretty much how I thought it would. I still have that box of nickels that I got from the Chase. A couple days ago. Or a few days ago. Wait. Monday. No, actually, I forgot to mention this. So, I don't think I mentioned this to you guys. Wait, no, I did. I did. Because I remember talking about how, like, it's... In fact, I think the title of the video is, I have a disadvantage, but an advantage. I don't know exactly what I titled it. But I did actually... So, you guys know about the box of nickels. You guys know about it. So... I still have that other one that I haven't hunted yet, and I'm kind of at a dilemma because I have coins that I got from the bank yesterday, and what I want to do, ideally what I want to do, is return the box of nickels at the Chase again, or return the box of nickels at this Chase, and then see if I can add more custom wrapped rolls up to... add more custom wrapped rolls onto what I already have. Because, both banks didn't really give me any grief. In fact, I actually ended up with $4 and pennies in total, surprisingly. One of the banks gave me $3, and then one of the banks gave me $1. So, And the second bank I went to had dollars, which don't look particularly promising, but I haven't checked the edges of them, and it was the final bank, so I figure why not. And I ended up doing what I ended up doing basically was I ended up going to the first bank like I was planning on getting most of the stuff there because I figure last time I went to Renton, the second bank was so terrible. And so I figure if I end up getting a crap ton of stuff at this bank and don't end up with a whole lot of cash to go to the second bank, whatever. I'll just get whatever rolls I can get, even if it's only like five total rolls of coins. Um, but I went to this bank and I asked for like 115 quarters, 60 in dimes, I think 60 in nickels, and then he was like, I can give you $3 in pennies. Um, and they had a bunch of half dollars, and I only asked for two rolls. This is the thing. This is the thing that's annoying too. Is I feel like at least the last couple times I've been taken to the bank, anytime banks have half dollars, it's always like hundreds of dollars. And what I've ended up doing is just buying a couple rolls so that way, if they are end up really good, if they do end up being really good, at least I get a portion of that. And if they end up really being really bad, it doesn't end up being a huge burden because I'm still trying to get other coins. I'm so tired of that, you know? I'm so tired of banks not having just like some half dollars. I mean, the second bank did have $60, and they're not marked, but there's a lot of new enders on the ends, and I just don't have a lot of hope for them. Like they don't look particularly exciting. Although last time, one of the not the last time I went to this bank, but one of the other times when I went in November of last year that I got rolled half dollars, I did get a 40%er in one of the rolls. Although it was a different type of roll and it was months ago and it was the only roll the guy had, but I have gotten a silver half dollar and a roll of half dollars at this bank. But these rolls just don't look very promising. Like they don't necessarily look searched, but they probably are. Who knows? You know, they could have been from a bunch of other ones. But so I ended up getting like 200 in quarters. I ended up putting a little more of my investment in quarters than I probably necessarily should have. But I just have been really wanting to do better with quarters again. And obviously, I'm still on the lookout for those privy ones. And I know that the chances of them being in custom wrapped is pretty much nil. But I still want to look. Plus, I haven't found any 2026 quarters or dimes. So, um, it was like two. It was like the six rolls of half dollars, and then there was also like $3 loose, and then like two or three loose dollar coins, and then there was the 60 and halves, 200 and quarters. It was only like $40 in dimes total. Because the thing is, this is the absolutely insane thing. So I go to this bank, and I've gotten searched coin at this bank before. Although I think that after this trip, I think the sad thing that I'm realizing is this bank has a ton of coin searchers. Like, even when I got that $100 of customer app nickels months and months ago, like that box of $100 in customer app nickels that I got while I was out with Dad, and we ended up in Renton. And there wasn't anything, even though the rules didn't explicitly look search. I just think there's a ton of coin roll hunters there because, like, I get all the coins that I mentioned, and the quarters are okay. But I get the two rolls of half dollars, and they're very clearly searched, which I pretty much expected. But I get to the dimes, and all but a couple rolls were marked. Now, three of the rolls were marked, but I don't necessarily think they're searched because they have what looks like an account number on them. So I don't necessarily think they're searched. So I ended up holding on to like five total rolls out of the $60. But everything else was clearly hunted. And I get to the nickels, and like $40 worth of them are Brinks and Loomis wrapped rolls that have clearly been opened. Sadly I'm seeing that a lot too lately. Although honestly, I'm kind of being a hypocrite complaining about that because that's what I've been doing lately. I've been getting a lot of machine wrapped coins. Plus, I've been getting a couple nickel boxes lately. So I guess I can't complain too much about that. But it's like half the nickels were Brinks and Loomis rolls that had been opened, and then the rest of them, the ones that were obviously custom wrapped had Sharpie marks on them, and there was like two rolls of nickels out of that I could keep. And the pennies, luckily, the $3 in pennies, at least those were fine. But 90% of the dimes and nickels I got were hunted. So, um, and the thing is, this was the bank that I thought would do better. This is the bank that like I was willing to spend most of my cash that I had on this branch. But luckily, the bank came through with most of the other stuff I wanted to do. Again, I was really limited because I had that. I not only did I have that box of nickels at home, but I had spent some money at Taco Time, and I had that box of nickels at home, plus a few additional custom wrapped rolls. So I was a lot more limited on cash. But honestly, I don't know that they would have given me what I wanted if I had all my cash available to use. Um, and honestly, I think it's better, especially with the first bank, because if I had have hunted that box of nickels and had two boxes of nickels to return, and all that, those other custom wrap rolls at the first bank, I would have just ended up with more searched coin. Like, I would have ended up with more searched coin, and the second bank, probably, if I had asked for more, they probably would have chickened out. Although I didn't get a teller, I didn't get the same teller that I got last time that was so annoying, but she was there. So honestly, I think I made the right decision in not having so much confidence in this area that I hunted the box of nickels and hunted those rolls. I think I made the right decision. Um, so as far as the mixed hunts, so this is the annoying thing is what I had hoped to do was hunt the box of nickels and then return that and use that money to get any other customer rolls. But there's two main problems. I got that box of nickels at that bank, so it's gonna look really douchey of me to hunt the box of nickels and then bring that back, like bring it back to that branch. It's like if I'm gonna wanna, because if I'm gonna want to try to maybe occasionally start ordering boxes again, I want to be really cautious. Like I want to be on the teller's nice side when it comes to ordering boxes. So I don't want to be doing stuff like that. So, um, not only would that not work, not only can I not use the funds from that $100, but also I put in a request for a box of dimes. So I'm gonna need. So not only am I not gonna be able to use the money from the box of nickels, but I'm gonna have to hunt those coins over the weekend. I'm probably gonna have to hunt those coins over the weekend, probably Sunday, because um, well, we were out yesterday, and I'll talk about that. Well, we were out yesterday. Um, we were looking at all the blackberries and realized that there are tons of blackberries on the bushes. And we were talking about blackberry picking, and I asked Mom if I could ask Dad if on Saturday we could, maybe we could go to breakfast somewhere and then go blackberry picking. And Dad seemed like he agreed, and Mom seems open to it. So, and I mean, he did seem a little angry with me yesterday, but he seems fine today. Um, so if I'm probably gonna do the hunt Sunday, only because like I don't know how early they want me to be at the bank, and I don't want to call because I'm probably going to get tie, and obviously I have no reason to talk to any other teller. So that's the thing is like I don't want to call because I know I'd probably get Ty, and I'd rather avoid talking to her about boxes unless I do this more often and I get the impression that she is willing to occasionally order boxes. But I don't want to hunt. I want to hunt the boxes on the weekend just to be safe, because I'm probably gonna because Tuesday I have a feeling we're gonna be out again because my mom has a dentist appointment, but we when we wanted to go to we want to go to mom wants to go to Value Village, and Lauren asked about thrifting tomorrow, so we're all probably gonna go. We're probably gonna maybe probably go to Value Village and maybe even Spirit Halloween because Chris wants to go to Spirit Halloween. So I'm not going to have a chance to go to the Chase Tuesday, which might be a problem if that might end up being the day that I pick up the box. I don't know when. I mean, I assume that their schedule hasn't changed. I mean, I assume that the truck still brings in boxes on Tuesday or Wednesday. So I want to go in Monday, either if the box is in by Monday, or so that way I can confirm in person, assuming I don't get Ty. So that way I can confirm in person when I should pick it up. Like, if not that day, then when this week. So I want to have the coins. I mean, assuming they can take some. Assuming they can take, you know, I'd probably turn in the 200 in quarters and maybe 5 rolls of $half. Assuming they can take that stuff. I mean, if they can't, then I'm not going to be able to buy the box. But so I want to have those coins hunted, and I'm probably going to do the hunt on Sunday, because I assume there's nothing really going on Sunday, and obviously Saturday we're going to be doing something, and then Monday I want to actually go to the Chase. I mean, I'm not necessarily going to be doing anything else that day, but Sunday is a less likely day that we're going to be doing stuff than Monday, and I figure why not spread out the things that I want to do? So I think that's what I'm going to do. And tomorrow we're grocery shopping. Luckily, it looks like we're back to either Fred Meyer or Trader Joe's. It's one of those things where I'm torn because Fred Meyer has lost a lot of its frozen food appeal for me because, or not frozen food, but like, not necessarily frozen food, but Fred Meyer has lost a lot of its weekly food appeal. Like, Fred Meyer's probably still probably second to Winco as far as like good fridge food goes, maybe number one. But it's just like, they don't seem to have the hot Cheeto mac and cheese there anymore. They haven't had the Nashville Bowl that I like for weeks. They haven't had that for weeks. And those are like my two favorite items. And but I've also, like, I have a lot of freezer food anyway. So I'm like, does it really matter if we go to a store that doesn't really have a lot of good fridge food? Like, does it even really matter because I have a lot of fridge food? Um, okay. Um, and and but on the other hand, Trader Joe's has really really good freezer food, and I plan on eating my last box of hot Cheeto mac and cheese and Nashville Bowl tonight as my dinner tonight. Mainly because I don't think that the hot Cheeto mac and cheese is being discontinued, because, I stopped seeing it at Fred Meyer weeks before we went to Winco, and they still had it at Winco. And it's like, if it's gonna be discontinued, you know, it's gonna be only a matter of time anyway. And I guess in theory, I should be like, really holding on to that box of hot Cheeto mac and cheese and especially really holding on to that Nashville Bowl for like a rainy day. But I don't know, like I haven't been feeling like savoring stuff lately. Other than when it comes to like, the coins from my birthday and like my pencils and stuff. But as far as like coin hunting and food and stuff, I haven't been in the mood to like savor stuff. I've been in the mood to just eat it when I want to eat it. So, obviously with that stuff gone, I want some better frozen stuff. And I want some better spicy stuff I can eat. So it's like I really want to go to Trader Joe's because Trader Joe's has some really good frozen stuff. But I also want to go to Fred Meyer because they got the Coinstar and they have better drinks. And I've been really trying, I really want to try not to spend a whole lot because I just went to Taco Time. So I know if we go to Trader Joe's, I'm gonna have to go to Hagen and get some other drinks, which who knows, I probably would have done that anyway. But honestly, I'd probably still rather go to Fred Meyer a little bit more. But I feel like I haven't gotten a lot of really good freezer stuff in a while, and obviously I know Trader Joe's will have good stuff. So honestly, assuming she goes to either Fred Meyer or Trader Joe's, I'm happy with either one she picks. Because earlier I was like, I'd be a little happier if we go to Fred Meyer, but honestly, either one. So, like I told mom that I would be a little happier going to Fred Meyer, which might technically still be true, but honestly, I've changed my opinion a little bit. Like, I would go to Trader Joe's just as much. So, I wanted to text her saying that I would happily go to either one of them. So, but yeah. So, I've kind of been itching to watch some Knight Rider. So, I might watch some Knight Rider. Although I have been a couple days ago, I watched some more of the Dallas DVDs, and they were okay. Like, I didn't have any issues with them, so I don't know. But I'm kind of wanting to watch Knight Rider while I eat my hot Cheeto mac and cheese in Nashville Bowl. I went out for real. In fact, I was planning on doing something like that last night, but I was so tired last night. I ended up going up like no more than an hour after Chris and Mom did. So today was the lake day. Now, I ended up, you know, saying that I was only going to stay in half the time, but I basically ended up staying in the whole time. Now, I will say I don't have I don't have an obscene headache right now. I don't have a toothache right now. Um, and I don't feel super incredibly sore. So That's the good thing. If I did feel like that, I honestly wouldn't be doing this video. Um, okay. My sister's in the bathroom. Sounds like she's showering too. I was gonna go in that. I mean, it doesn't really matter what bathroom I go in. I was gonna go in that one, but honestly, I was saying this to Mom earlier that like, oh, not this, but by the way, my hair right now, is only combed like that because when I got out of the shower today, and I decided I decided not to brush my hair and kind of just leave it how it was. And when it dried, it kind of dried like that. So when it fully dried, I decided to comb it like that. I mean, I'm not opposed to combing my hair this way, but I usually don't. So yeah, today was the lake day. We went to Lake Wilderness, or not Lake Wilderness, Lake Meridian. Now it looks like Mom is still open to going to another lake or two before summer ends. I legitimately thought that this would be our last lake trip. I don't know, maybe that trip I'll make it only halfway into the lake. But I think she's been more motivated to do stuff this summer because now that she works at a school, she realizes how great summer break is because, other than some exceptions, she basically has the same schedule as the kids do. So I think that's why we're doing more things this summer. Not as far as like, vacations go, other than Montreal, obviously. Because I mean, if Grandma hadn't, wanted us to go, we probably wouldn't have gone. And obviously, she paid for the tickets. But I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if we would have gone to like Long Beach if we hadn't have gone to Montreal or like gone back to Bellingham or something. And I think probably we would have. But yeah, I think that's why Mom is a little more willing to that's why she's more willing to like go to lakes and just do stuff more than she was over the last couple years. Oh, by the way, I am wearing these shorts today only because, I knew I was only going to wear them for the second half of the day because we were at the lake for the first half, and I didn't really care about having my phone in my pocket, so this was my fit today. I am going to get my PJs though. But I don't want to do a whole bunch more of getting up stuff today because I have a feeling I will experience the soreness if I do a whole lot more walking today. So, yeah, yesterday we actually did do a couple things in between. We, so, it's funny. Mom was talking about a couple different ways we could have done it. Like she was talking about doing um doing the two banks and then the walk, doing the walk and then the two banks, um doing, the second bank first or the first one first. Um it's kind of funny. Um so we ended up doing the walk in between. I thought we'd do the walk first and then I'd go to the banks, but I ended up going to the one on Logan Avenue first. And and then we did the walk, and no, we did not encounter any rabid dogs, but there is kind of a stressful story. And it's kind of funny because Chris was joking about how the last couple times we've gone to Cedar River, something stressful has happened, and I'll tell you about that. So, I went to that first bank, and then we went to the Cedar River. We didn't actually walk. We didn't actually park at the entrance I thought we would. We kind of parked along the other side where the bridge was, where the final confrontation happened. But we walked for a bit, um, and it was nice. I like that. I've really been enjoying that it's been just like Mom, Chris, and I for so many of these. I don't know why. I just really like it. Like I feel like the three of us, like it's a really good trio. I feel like we make a good trio. And I just liked going to Renton to do a walk. I don't know. Like I didn't think Mom would go all the way to Renton to do a morning walk, but I ended up showering after. Um, so, I went to the bank. We did the walk, um, and then um, I ended up stopping at the second bank, and then so what we ended up so what happened was at the end of when we were walking at Cedar River, um, Mom was like, I can go through Maple Valley, and we can, if, because the thing is, we were trying to decide if we were going to keep walking or end it, and Mom was like, well, I can drive through Maple Valley and we can find one of the other trails. So that's what we were going to do. But after I got out of the second bank, apparently Chris's, um because we ended up stopping at Starbucks, um and um and we stopped at Starbucks, and I got a drink and a grilled cheese, and I didn't eat the grilled cheese until I got home. But so when I was I think when I got out of the first bank, apparently Chris's stomach hurt, so Mom and Chris decided not to do that. So so this is where the kind of stressful thing happened. So we um and honestly, it was honestly a little more stressful than the dog situation, because this was a stressful incident with a person. So we we get into the lot, and again, this is the bank, by the Starbucks, and this was the one that, like, I got that, I got all those really good coins and rolls in 2023, and I had to come back because the vault teller wasn't there. It's that one. So we park, and we have the windows down, right? And I'm kind of rearranging the coins in my bag because I had all those search coins, right? I was trying to identify what rolls were searched and making sure I didn't miss any while I was in the bank. And while I was doing this lady walked up to us, and she clearly was like, a drug addict. And she was like kind of talking about, she must have seen my coin rolls, and I think she was basically just asking for money for drugs, basically. And um, obviously Mom said no, and I didn't say anything. And it looked like she was gonna reach in the car, and we ended up driving away. And then we parked, and she walked up to our car again. So yeah, the run into the chase was so stressful. Um, but yeah, so we call her Miss Looney, and that's probably what I'm gonna title the video. But we call her Miss Looney. Um, so that all happened, and then after that second bank and that whole incident, we were driving and we were driving and we were driving, and eventually, when we were on the freeway waiting in traffic, Mom was like, "Do you want McDonald's? It's not hash browns." But so I knew when she said that I was gonna get McDonald's or something, and it was my perfect chance because that other day I was asking about Taco Bell, but Mom didn't go home that way, and I was like, "Mom, can you go to the McDonald's that's like right by the Taco Bell?" So I ended up getting Taco Bell also. I did not think that Mom was gonna get us lunch anywhere because we had already gotten Starbucks, and I knew she was kind of finicky about money spending lately. Um, that's another reason why I want I don't want to like pretend like I didn't have to pay for those black wings. Like, I do want to make sure I pay her back because I feel really bad about that. And Mom also spent we also spent a crap she also spent a crap ton of money on Bailey, Bailey shirts. We got some new Bailey shirts. Um, so I want to make sure I do pay her back for that. Um, but So the only thing that was kind of annoying was, obviously I had already gone to Taco Time, so um, I guess if I had known that, if I had known that was gonna happen, I could have gone to McDonald's. But also, like, obviously I didn't end up getting anything at McDonald's. I didn't even get any fries. So like when I could smell the bag and I could see the fries, and ugh. So I still have that urge to get McDonald's. That's the thing. Is I went to, obviously I you know, obviously I satisfied my urge to get fast food, but I went to Taco Time, and I got that $5 meal deal, but that kind of left me hungry for getting McDonald's. So I still am hungry for McDonald's. Um, I don't know. I'm gonna try to fight it though. That's also kind of another reason why I want to eat my Nashville chicken bowl and hot Cheeto mac and cheese, because I'm trying to convince myself that I don't need to get McDonald's. So yeah, so we ended up getting Taco. I ended up getting Taco Bell also. Yeah, so that was a really fun day. Like I really enjoyed that. Um, and we drove around, and Mom still ended up going kind of through Maple Valley, and while we were going through Maple Valley, we also stopped. The only other stop we made, we and this was before like we went to Taco Bell and stuff. That was kind of like the final thing. We went to this fruit stand that we actually have been. We used to go there when we lived in this area, and like on the other side, like there's a trail, and um, we went to this fruit stand and got some stuff too. Um, it's funny. I got this. Um, well, I don't know if I. Well, I probably don't want to talk about it on camera. But yeah, so we went to that fruit. We went to that fruit stand also, and that was cool. So um, wait, milkshake. No milk. So that was like a really fun little day. And then today we didn't do anything else besides the lake. Um, yeah, we kind of just that was kind of just the day. Um, Lake Meridian's nice, um, and it actually wasn't that busy there either. And it's kind of funny because it didn't really feel super busy, but Lake Meridian is a relatively small lake. Like, at least where the shoreline is, it's a relatively small area. So, for how non-busy it seemed, it was crazy. Um, so, you know what? That actually went smoothly. And I wasn't gonna go back in the water, but I ended up having, we ended up having a lot of fun. We found this, we ended up seeing this like Shasta Mountain Dew can floating in the water. We ended up playing with that little can for a while too. Yeah, but yeah, so I'm glad I will say though, even though it was smooth and I don't feel like super sore or anything, I'm glad that I got the lake. I'm glad that we got that over with, at least for a little while. I mean, who knows? We might end up going back to another lake, but yeah. So I think I'm gonna end it here. I'm glad. Yeah, I don't know what happened with that other live stream where it like um exited out. So I'm trying to think about if right now I'm trying to think if like no, I'm gonna put the phone here. I'm gonna do what I've done in so many other live videos where I set the camera here and I'll probably end up forgetting about it, to be honest. But I've been thinking about like if I like changed it all mentally before we went to Montreal and after, because it just like this sounds weird, but it's almost like Montreal didn't even happen. Like if um if I didn't know we were going to Montreal and you told me that like the 29th through the 5th, like you didn't reveal to me what happened in those days, I would have just thought it would have been a regular week, honestly. But it's one of those things where it's like, when I think about it generally, and the things we've done since we got back, it feels like it didn't happen. But then when I think about the stuff we did, it feels like it did happen. Like, it feels like it didn't happen, but when I think about it, it feels like it did. So, I don't know. It's weird.
Say hello to Zero. Small business accounting that's simple by design and keeps you in control.
Who knows? Maybe if I keep this video on for hours, I'll eventually attract thousands of viewers.
For your accountant. Simple enough for you. Try Zero today.
As of today, Oscorp Industries has. As of today, Oscorp Industries has. As of today, Oscorp Industries has surpassed West Aerospace as the principal supplier to the United States military. In short, ladies and gentlemen on the board, costs are down, revenues are up, and our stock has never been higher.
Wonderful news, Robert. Wonderful. In fact, it's a reason to sell your company.
What?
Yes, West Aerospace is recapitalizing in the wake of the bombing. Expanding. They made a tender offer on the weekend in March.
Why was that to?
The last thing they want is Thomas and trench management.
The deal is off if you come with. The board expects your resignation in 30 days. But you can't do this to me. I started this company. You don't want my guy's sacrifice? Max, please. The board is unanimous. We're announcing the sale after the World Unity Festival. I'm sorry.
You're out, Norman.
You know, um, another thing, guys, is honestly, like, I never thought that I would get tired, um, I never thought I would get tired of Jimmy Here's videos. Like, maybe even as recently as, like, a year ago. Like, I feel like Jimmy Here's videos are something that I always, looked forward to at least a little bit every Wednesday. But it's just, his videos have just gotten too brain rotty and, like, honestly sexual. Like, I know Jimmy here has never been one to, like, not say, like, inappropriate stuff, but he makes a sexual joke every other clip. Um, I just this sound basically what I'm. This sounds weird. This sounds like ridiculous, but his videos have just gotten too goofy for me. Like I start to not enjoy them anymore. Rob Finds Treasure is kind of another one that like I never thought I would necessarily get bored of his videos, but his videos just aren't interesting to me anymore. And honestly, Rob Finds Treasure, I've kind of been feeling that way about him for at least a couple of years now. Um, and again, Mr. Nightmare is another one of those channels. Like I do watch all of Mr. Nightmare's videos, and I end up watching all of Jimmy Here's videos, and the same with Rob Finds Treasure, but it's not something that I save to watch later for a specific moment, you know.
Spending ad dollars on low range, not the right range, that's like blowing budget on office snacks that dazzle at first.
Like I just oh, that wasn't copyright. I just like I don't really look forward to the videos anymore.
Ray Krebs was just telling me how you
Now, the You Laugh You Leave ones, I do look forward to. And his last You Laugh You Leave was very funny. Larry was just, it was, it was great. But, um, other than that, like, I'm interested in other things. I'm interested in less stuff, but the stuff I am interested in is just other stuff, different
never
stuff.
mind the Ray Krebs. The subject is school. I get all the education I need right here. You're going to school. Not going anywhere. How about seeing junk? Fine. Granddaddy believes everything I tell him. The letters from the school, he said believe they were lost in the mail. If that's what I tell him. And when I get copies of the letters, he's going to believe those are lies. Sure. Sweetie, there's a set of lies only an innocent will believe. You're not really going to tell him, are you? Oh, I really am. And I'm really going to get copies of those letters. Why? Why do you care? Because I'm the Ewing now. This family is so full of guilt because your daddy ran away. They let you run wild. Baby face that won't work with me.
Hi. In an agency setting?
No. No, I'm handling you and Blissey's out.
My mistake. Really lovely. I thought you were probably here for some tests.
I'll tell you what I'm here for. I'm here to give you a warning.
Warning? You're too pretty to give warnings.
You see what you Lucy, understand? You took a lot of nice photos and it was good for both of you. But that's it, hands on.
Why? Tough thing.
Yes, I am.
That's why you resent me. I'm sorry if I offended you.
I'm not here for an apology, just stay away from my niece.
And if I don't, what will you do? Sick the Ewing family on me?
Maybe, but I don't think you're allowed to. I can take care of people like you myself.
Are you threatening me?
Yes, I guess you might say that.
I don't like threats.
Well, then consider it, promise. And consider this, too. I did you a favor coming here myself this time. But if there's a next time, you'll be the blind hustle.
Well, just tell the truth, that's all.
protect your own interests.
Think good, help me.
Never mind.
Yesterday, my brother was arrested.
You consider that your business, do you?
These scientific cycles had something to do with it.
Oh, I heard God, yes, too.
How did you know he'd be arrested at that precise moment?
Well, I got friends in the department. I went down there to see the expression on that girl's face when the police arrested me for shooting my brother.
Let me tell you something, JR. If he did shoot Bobby, it was because he thought it was you, and he had every reason to shoot you.
You know, I'm getting kind of tired of that old song. Mean, nasty JR beating up on poor, innocent little heart. You sounded more and more like him, you know that?
Well, that's fine, because that means I'm beginning to sound more and more like a Barnes, thanks to you. I've never believed in the origin of you, JR, but now I'm going to join it. I'm going to do everything I can to help you. And I'm not going to rest until all our family scores are settled. Compared to you, JR is a saint. How could you jeopardize what Mama let you? Mama's company. Wait for it to and die.
No, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. See, I can explain.
Explain. Oh, I would love to hear. Explain to me how you sold it to Jeremy Waddell after swearing to me that he was the last man on the face of the earth you'd ever even consider selling to.
And far more complicated than that.
Complicated? Are things too complicated for you, Cliff? Well, I tell you what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to simplify things for you because I'm going to walk out of here for good. It's all yours now. You're all alone. You're in charge. That makes things simpler for you.
You don't understand.
Oh, but I do understand. And I've had it. I've had it with your explanations, your excuses, your lies, and your fabrications. I am finished.
No, you can't do that.
Oh, but I can. I am finished. I may love you, but I don't like you. As far as I'm concerned, from now on, I don't have a brother. Filthy snake.
I figured this is not a social visit.
Why? Just tell me why. I was out of your life, out of your family's life, off your precious downfall. Why would you pull such a foolish trick on me? Do you really need to hurt me that much?
Tell me about your man like lunatic.
You know what I'm talking about. The trip to Santarana, the trip to Jamaica. The trip you manipulated me into taking so I hope for Mark Grayson. You know how much he means to me. What kind of sick pleasure did you get out of sending me island hopping around the Caribbean with Gerald Kane?
What are you talking about?
You elbow, damn it! The pilot that you hired. He laid me on that wild goose chase.
Now just slow down. Phil Nutt's been telling you stories about me and you're believing it.
He's not a nut. With Gerald Kane.
What are you talking about?
You elbow, damn it! The pilot that you hired. He laid me on that wild goose chase.
Now just slow down. Phil Nutt's been telling you stories about me and you're believing it.
He's not a nut, and I believe him.
I never liked you a hell of lot, you know that now. But I never thought you were stupid, Phil Nutt.
Stupid. Maybe. Maybe because in the past when I threatened you, I haven't followed through. But this time is different, JR. Because this thing with Mark disgusts me more than anything you've ever done before.
You know, there's no misunderstanding.
Shut up! Just sit there and listen! Cliff and your cousin Jane want to split up you both. And they asked me to join their fight, but I said I wouldn't because of Bobby. Well, that won't stop me anymore. You have no heart. You have no feelings. You can't be hurt like other people. But you have one soft spot. One weakness, and that's you in the world. The only thing you've ever really loved. Well, I'm gonna join Cliff. And I'm gonna back him up all the way. And Cliff and Jamie and I are gonna take your company away from you. And then I'm gonna watch you hurt.
It's not people.
Bruh. Ah. Hi. How are you today? Pretty good. What about yourself? Don't leave me on that wild goose chase. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Bro, this Inception is crazy. Free Palestine. Bro, this is crazy. Bro, this Inception is crazy. Bro. I could sign into like 500 devices and watch this. I could sign into like 500 devices and watch this. I'm live on the live stream. I'm doing the dance. I'm doo doo doo. I'm live on the live stream. I'm doing the dance. That's so good. Load up on guns, bring your friends, it's fun to lose and to pretend. I'm the man in the box. Black hole sun, won't you come? Black hole sun, won't you come? Oh crap, I can't be too loud. Excuse me, I'm gonna take a swig. What's that screeching in the background? It's like this weird screeching. Buried in my shit, not spit. Oh my god. So, we are on the plane, and we are going to go see Maloney Eshkadingo. So, yeah, so it's kind of funny because originally I thought I was going to hunt the box of nickels first and then the mixed coin hunt second, but I'm actually going to end up hunting the mixed coins first and holding on to the box of nickels. My poop. Short straw, making to mine, binding it to my law. Short straw. Tele, what you got? Buried in my pit. Won't you come? Save me, save me. All day, staring at the ceiling, making friends with the shadows on my wall. And all night, hearing voices telling me that I should get some sleep because tomorrow might be good for something. Hold on, feeling like I'm heading for a breakdown, and I don't know why. But I'm not crazy, I'm just a little unwell. I know right now you can't tell. But stay a while and maybe then you'll see the difference inside of me. I'm not crazy, I'm just a little impaired. I know right now you don't care. But stay a while and maybe then you'll see a different side of me. Okay, that was kind of fun though. You know, that's not that I'm a scientist myself. I haven't watched Matt Stoney in a while. Holland, Holland, yeah.
Now, so I'm gonna do some layers. It's such a letdown, too. Fucked up. Alright, now 15 of these. Oh, good now. Alright. Alright. 15 has peanut butter leaves, all sauce, all toppings, all meals, everything right here. 7,900 calories. And this plate. Again, I'm working any few years in this thing. We're fighting before. I hope to find out. We're gonna go this is cost this is for. You guys look at this. Alright, here we go. Korean Fire Challenge times 15. Challenge starts. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nine large order fat food French fries. 3 pounds of nacho cheese. 1 large can with 2 pounds of chili. And a little bit of bacon bits. Once everything is done, everything is assembled. It's gonna be over 10,000 calories of chili cheese fries. Actually, fries look and smell pretty good. Fries. Alright guys, real quick before we get into today's chili cheese fries challenge, today's video is sponsored by Dollar Shave. For those of you who do look how much french fries that is. That is a ton of french fries. Alright, so next up we're doing the chili. Now, actually, this might take a little bit of time because we have to really cook up. Try it. I don't think this is gonna cause a fire. This is gonna help. Just before we pour everything on, this right here is 9 quarters of large French fries, 4,770 calories, just right here. Now we're going to pour whole 38 ounces of chili. So this goes on at 6,120 calories. Oh my god. I hate to say it though. And 2 pounds of nacho cheese, roughly 4,000 calories. This is crazy. So that's half the can. You'll see that stands up half the can. These things are awesome. These things are great. I love using them. I feel like when you put a picture of a hamburger, it means so much more than just type of hamburger. I don't know. All of this was inspired because this past week I've been playing around with this new smartphone app I downloaded to my phone called Facemoji. So the video is not only inspired by Facemoji, it's also sponsored. That's why I've been playing with the app all week, all weekend. That's what the it's you. It's a half-second transition. So to the food. I can't even see anything. Playing with Siri. Alright, me too. That's what I like. This is the Food and Movie Challenge. My choice of the top 10 food and movies brought to life in a decent, I know you guys are like, this is a decent food challenge. I got 5 stack pancakes represent the food movie. I got a nice slice of pepperoni pizza, 1 cheeseburger, burrito, taco, 4 fries, box of popcorn, vanilla sundae with strawberry syrup, a big bowl of rice. I'm kind of Asian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gotta be with the 10. This is the top 10 local food challenge. And last but not least, entire chocolate cake. Alright, this is good. Just put Sarah. Food speaks for itself. I've never seen anybody eat a pancake like this before. Oh my god, look at that. That's gonna be a sticky. Pancakes, now, food items, just over 4 minutes. And I'm going to now offer some ice cream. Oh boy, this is melted. This is like soup right now. Mm. Oh man, I will wear some gravy. Oh, I don't like one little bit. I'm gonna kiss my ass. Hold on. Some rice.
Really, you're touching the pizza.
Who else is dense? Me.
Social Democrats are now bragging about abandoning all their principles. I called it really early. 2 weeks ago, I had this little segment called Don't Let Palestine Be the Next World War, and I was specifically referring to this tweet by Chi saying World War was crazy. And so I was seeing already at this point, a couple weeks ago, various social democrats floating this as a way to squeeze past their past positions in 2020, where they were talking about defunding the police or abolishing prisons or whatever. And so I was saying, yeah, they're going to do this exact same thing with Palestine. The funny thing is, literally less than a week after I put out this clip, they are openly saying it. They were citing this exact tweet that whenever they're asked about defunding the police. So let me go over what AOC had to say, where she's asked about CSA Kenya response Francesca Hong's old position on defunding the police.
Is that Francesca Hong has made clear her present stances to her listeners? Right, she's moved away from it. And I have a local city councilman that has this saying World War was crazy.
Funding the police or abolishing prisons is crazy. And so I'm seeing already at this point, a couple weeks ago, various social democrats floating this as a way to squeeze past their past positions in 2020, where they were talking about defunding the police or abolishing prisons or whatever. And so I was saying, yeah, they're going to do this exact same thing with Palestine. The funny thing is, literally less than a week after I put out this clip, they are openly saying it. They are citing this exact tweet that whenever they're asked about defunding the police. So let me go over what AOC had to say.
Okay, I don't know. Seems pretty cool. Just,
Mornings start with golden flakes, perfectly toasted.
Craigslist is nowhere near where it used to be. It's been replaced by websites like Facebook Marketplace and Fiverr. Maybe a big reason for this stems from not just the rampant scams on the website, also because it's the go-to site for a lot of creeps. So for old time's sake, here are 3 Craigslist ads with disturbing backstories. This was an ad posted in Kansas City, London, by a viewer by the name of Christian Center. It's a harmless-looking ad for an old vacuum cleaner. This was posted in the For Sale by Owner section and listed as free. It was titled, Free Dirt Devil Vision Bagless Canister. The ad description said, giving away this perfectly working Dirt Devil Bagless vacuum cleaner. My wife and I got a new vacuum and no longer need this. First come, first serve. No disclose address after communication. The listing left a phone number to contact, and so Christian replied to the ad, sending a text saying he's interested. Promptly got a response. The reply back was, hello, what is your name? To which he replied, Christian, what's yours? They replied, Jackie, nice to meet you. Your vacuum is all yours. Why can you come pick her up? Christian replied back, if you could hold it for me until tomorrow, I'd come then. They replied back, okay. So the next day, the seller sends a follow-up text. Hello, Christian, what time can you pick up the vacuum? 8 o'clock if that works for you. What's the address? They replied back, sounds good to me. Give me a call. I'll explain how to get here. So at this point, Christian called the number as directed, and the man's voice answered the phone. Not the female voice he was expecting after the seller introduced himself as Jackie. Christian asked if this was Jackie he was speaking with. The man said no, that's his wife, that she's not available right now. This was the first red flag for Christian, since it was the same number he was contacting the whole time. Yet apparently both this man and his wife were using it, which would just seem a little unusual to anyone, since no one really shares cell phones. The man on the phone introduced himself as Brock and explained how to get to the location. He gave Christian the cross streets to what he described as his warehouse, which he'd have to open the gate for. Christian had a pretty normal reaction, asking what he meant by warehouse, because he was expecting to be given a regular home address to pick up this relatively small item. Brock told Christian that he owned part of a small warehouse where he and his wife would store a lot of their old belongings and stuff they were going to sell. He claimed to be a wholesaler. Christian agreed to come to the specified location at 8 o'clock near Grandview, which is south of Kansas City. The specified cross streets led into a quiet T intersection, an area with nothing but unmarked buildings that resembled warehouses. Christian parked his car, and agreed that he was told to meet Brock at. When he texted him that he was there, the gate started to roll open automatically. Down the gate was a long driveway, 2 different brick buildings leading into darkness. Christian called Brock, who rejected the call and texted Christian to come inside the gated area and inside the warehouse straight ahead. It was so dark ahead of him that he couldn't even see the warehouse.